Hello everybody, welcome back. We are going to do a stitch with me today, and I am Jennifer of Jennifer's Stitching Corner. I changed the name for those of you that didn't realize. Um, I changed it from John's World of Stitches to Jennifer's Stitching Corner. It was time for a new name. I don't just felt like changing the name. So, with that being said, I want to welcome everybody. If you're new, welcome. Thank you for coming and checking us out. And if you like what you see, please hit the like button and the subscribe. And you can leave a comment if you would like. And if you're returning, welcome back. So, we are going to be working on my mini traditional Nutcracker from Heaven and Earth that is charted by it's charted by Heaven and Earth, and the artist is Peggy Collins, and I'm all crooked. There we go. And it's stitched on 18 count, and I'm working down here in this section in the on the arm. We're going to fill in the green in the arm. There are like 3 colors in here. I have 2 of them, but one of them I didn't have. So we're just going to fill it in. But it is stitched on 18 count, and I'm doing it full cross 2/1. Okay, so we're going to get started. I'm going to tell you, I've been trying to record this for the past half an hour, and I get so tongue-tied, it's not even funny, and I do apologize if that happens. I am all over the place. I've just been it's one of those, I get like this sometimes, and I don't know why. And of course my mother says it's probably my menopause, and I've been extremely frustrated, moody, just really, excuse my language, bitchy. And I have I just didn't really feel like stitching a whole lot. I did do a restart of something that I will show on FlossTube when I on my FlossTube this week. I just didn't even care. I don't know if it was because of last week when I went on that rotation, whatever you call it, tangent, whatever you call it. I was just all over the place last week with that. And excuse me, I am so sorry. And I don't know if that's why. I have no idea. I just was just like, you know what? I wasn't satisfied with one with my focus piece, which is this. I don't know what the deal was. I was just not feeling it. So, and then of course, after I recorded FlossTube, I just was just like, okay, didn't feel like working on anything, or especially this. So I just gave this a break and did a restart on something because I didn't like the way that one of the projects was laying on the it just didn't, I don't know. So I restarted it on a different count of fabric, and I'll explain when I do FlossTube. So anyway, other than that, we have been, it's been a good week. It's just, we've kind of been busy trying to, not kind of say that, but we've been busy between working, and then we have started to get little Jude's list ready for school. And we have one kind of minor hurdle, and I don't know if it will be a hurdle because no, the school hasn't told us anything different. But I was, making a list for him for, school, and he there are 2 schools here in town. There's like 4 high schools and 3 middle schools. And so We don't know if this is going to happen just because, but one of the high schools and one of the middle schools has decided that they would, I guess it's going to be a policy at their school, that the students in both this middle school and the high school are required to carry clear book bags. And so we're not sure if the rest of the, rest of the schools, elementary, whatever, or if it's just going to be, all the high schools. We only know of the two. If, especially little dude, we don't know if his school is going to, require him to have a clear book bag. And the reason that they are requiring this is because they've had some issues last year in this one high school and this middle school where what was that? Am I still recording? Yes, I am, but I heard this weird noise. Okay. I don't know what that was. Okay, that was a weird noise. It came from the tablet and I don't know what it was. I don't know if Siri was on or what, but anyway. So where was I? Last year they had a couple of students that brought weapons to school. And anyway, they brought them in their book bag. And so now, because of that, this, two of these schools are going to be requiring their students to carry the clear book bags. And of course, a lot of people, there's both, on both sides that are like, one side is for it and the other side isn't. And to be honest, it doesn't matter to me either way. Little dude's never had an issue. But we always try to do what, they tell us to do. So right now we're kind of, it's kind of up in the air. And when I was making out the list for school for him, I put down clear book bag and regular book bag and put a question mark beside both because we have no idea. We're just kind of waiting to see what they say. And he's kind of, I don't think he cares one way or the other. My concern, and again, I'm neither, it doesn't matter to me. We will follow whatever. My concern is he carries a laptop that is given to him at the beginning of the school year, and he has to carry it back and forth. And that's my concern is, these kids, they use these laptops at school. So it's kind of like, okay, so what do we do if, that, what are they going to do about it? So I don't know. We're just kind of waiting to see what happens because of the simple fact we haven't been told anything and different, or we haven't even gotten his letter for this year that he usually gets for school. So we're just kind of, waiting to see what happens. And I don't think he cares one way or the other. He just told me, he says, I'll just do whatever. I mean, so he's more concerned with school shopping. And he asked me the other day, he's like, do you think Grandma and Grandpa can take me school shopping? And I said, well, you have to ask them. And, I said, I don't see why they would have an issue with it. I mean, my parents have done it, for him the last couple of years, and they take him to get school supplies and stuff like that, so that he can have whatever. And so we're just kind of up in the air right now with everything. And I just told him, I said, right now we'll just make you know a list, and then we'll start crossing it off. And then when school, when we find out what you need for school, then I'll make a master list, and you can take it to school, take it with you, and if grandma and grandpa take you, and then um, go from there. And usually when grandma and grandpa take him, they buy him the school supplies and new shoes if he needs it, and usually, stuff like that. So I just told him, I said, you just need to ask. I said, I know grandpa's gonna take you to get your hair cut, because he needs a haircut. His hair is getting, yeah, it's getting to that point. And I told him, I said, do you want to wait until school starts? And he's like, yeah, wait until before school starts. I'm like, okay. So we will see. I don't know what they're gonna do. We're just kind of up in the air. And I like I said, I'm one of those ones that I'll do whatever they tell us. We'll get whatever they tell us he has to have, even if it is a clear book bag. Um and there's been a lot of people. And hold on, I apologize. I do apologize. Every time, seems like every time I record, they know when I'm going to do this. So my neighbors are very, very loud. So we're just going to wait and see what happens with school. And we'll just go from there, because he's not he's a laid back, I mean, Skylar's a laid back kid. He'll go with whatever. And so he's like, I do whatever. And even though he doesn't like the idea of the clear book bag, but then again, he doesn't seem to bother him. So we'll see what happens, and we'll go from there. But it's pretty sad when policy has to change. But then again, it's protecting the kids, and that's the whole point of the whole thing. And yeah, and I asked him, I said, have you had any issues? He said, no. I was like, okay, but that's a good thing. So he says, he says that I don't deal with stuff like that. And I'm like, okay. So, I mean, he's more focused on, getting ready for track and all that kind of stuff. And he's just, I'm just going to say he's ready. And you can tell he's ready. He's been getting bored. And usually he just stays in his room. Lately, between, walking to strengthen his legs and all that, you can tell he's bored. Sometimes he'll come sit out here. And I even asked him the other day, I was like, what's wrong? Nothing. Are you bored? No. And I was like, well, why are you out here? And he's like, I can't come out here. And I was like, no, I didn't say that. I said, it's just unusual for you to be out here as long as you are. I said, I'm just confused. And he tells me he's not bored, but I can tell. So yeah, he's excuse me, I apologize. So he's yeah, I think he's ready. He's going in the 11th grade this year, so I think he's definitely ready. And he's been getting, all these college brochures. And like, there was one that I think I shared last week about that he got from a college on over near Baltimore, DC, Annapolis, in there, and that my mother went to school to where she went to college. And I told him, I said, would you, do you, does that interest you? And he just looked at me. He's like, no, I want to stay here. I was like, okay. So he wants to go to the college here in town. And I said, okay. So, um, I haven't thrown the brochures away just in case, just because. So, because you never know, he might change his mind. But he's been very adamant, so I don't think he's going to. He's very determined. And he finally told me what he wanted to study or what he wanted to major in, and that is English literature, which kind of threw me for a loop because I never ever would have suspected that. And I asked him, I said, really? And he's like, yeah. I was like, okay, no problem. So, and he just told me, he says, I like English. And I'm like, okay. And I said, well, why English literature? And he just, I think it's because he likes to read. And lately, no, he hasn't been reading. But he just likes that whole subject. So I said, okay, no problem. So that's, his goal and what he wants to major in. And I said, okay, not a problem. So he is, shoot, all the classes he takes now are honors. So I think that's where he got it from. And he hasn't, this is the first time he's actually told me what he wants to study. And at any other time I've asked, he's kind of been, I don't know. So we shall see what he does. But right now, I think he's just ready to go and get it over with and get started and get going. And he asked me about if I was going to be, if I was going to change my availability at work so that I could be here for when he does do track, so I can be available, at night and whatever. And I said, sure, I can. And he was like, really? I said, yeah. I did it already, so, but I might get some kind of flack from my supervisor, which at this point, it is what it is. And, she's just going to have to get over it, understand it. And she probably won't give me as many hours, but at this point, she's just going to have to understand because I'm going to be there. I want to be there. So, especially, when he does track. So, she's just going to have to understand that and deal with it. So, we'll see. So, other than that, we're, ready. I'm just now getting back into stitching. I finally decided to work on Nutcracker, and I kind of my plan yesterday was to stitch, and I didn't. And I think that was because I was still kind of like feeling whatever kind of way I was feeling. And so today I didn't stitch today all day until now, and because we had to clean the house. So we cleaned the house, and not only that, my doorknob, the door handle knob, whatever you call it, on our front door came off. And came off over the weekend, and I was little dude, no, it was me. I came home and I went to open the door to come in, and it came off in my hand. And I thought, are you serious right now? So I called, and they told me, they would come out and fix it on Friday, even though they, were here over the weekend. So uh, I was like, okay, no problem. So they came out and fixed it and gave me a whole new one. And I didn't need a new key, which is the good thing because we have the deadbolt. So we that they fixed that, and so now we're straight. It was just kind of weird coming home, and yeah, the doorknob coming off. It was kind of funny. It just came off in my hand. I was like, really? So we got it fixed, and yeah, so we're just trying to get. Yeah, so I cleaned the house today. See, what else do we have been going on? It has been like a blah week because I didn't, there really wasn't much that we did over last week. I'm thinking here. I can't remember if I told you all. Let's see, what else? I'm thinking, guys. Oh my goodness. And not only that, my classes that I've been taking for virtual assistant have been I put on hold. And just because, uh, honestly, I felt like, and I think this was my problem, I felt like I had too much going on at one time. And I was just like, yeah, it's no way. So I kind of just put those on hold. I mean, I've already paid for them and everything for for right now. But yeah, I've just kind of stopped. But I'm gonna pick it back up here in a couple weeks, and I think I just needed to just like, I don't know. So I put those on hold, and because I just needed to focus on not everything at once. And there's, I think that, that was part of it because I was just trying to do too many things at one time, and that never ends well for me. So, because I get stressed out so easy over the littlest things, and it could be the smallest thing. And yeah, I was not, no. I was like, no, not gonna do it. I'm not gonna try to do all that. So, but, and I honestly, I went in a bad mood. I just, it's like, yeah, I gotta stop before I go crazy. Cause yeah, when I go crazy and get stressed, it's not fun. But anyway, what else can I tell you all about? Um, let's see. Let's see what else there. I know there's a lot of things have happened this week, and I can't really remember what they are. Um, so I changed the name, and I mean, as I introduced at the beginning of the video, I changed my channel name. I'm not sure why. I think I just needed, I don't know. I think I just needed to kind of do something different with the name. And I was like, yeah, we're just going to change the name. And I was just one of those random ideas that came in my head. And Miranda was just, my daughter, Miranda, she came out and she looked at me. She just said, she saw me because I was sitting here trying to figure out a name. I was talking out loud. And she's like, what are you doing? And I said, I'm trying to figure out the name. I'm trying to pick a new name. She's like, why? And I said, I don't know. I guess I'm just bored with the one on my channel. And so she sat here with me and we just started talking out. And yeah, we came up with Jennifer's Stitching Corner. And it's not the greatest name in the world, but it's a name. So I've just said, yeah, we'll just stick with that. So it's kind of a generic kind of sounding name, but it is what it is, and I like it, and it's okay. So, yeah. Let's see. I will show you what I restarted. I'm not going to show you the stitching. I'll show you the picture. I bought this, oh my gosh, when did I buy this? I don't even remember when I bought it. And I had started it. It's called the Mini Mystical Cats. It's what this looks like. And I started it, and I was up here in the corner. And for some reason, I just didn't like the way that it just looked on the fabric. I was stitching it on, I think it was 18 count. I just didn't like it. And I am an 18 count person, a 25 count person, or a 20 count. So I thought, you know what? Okay. So I sat down and I went through my fabric, and I had extra 20 count, and I thought, okay, is this going to be big enough? And I just was like, do I even? So I tested out the stitches to see, and I thought, yeah, I like this better. So I restarted it on 20 count, and I will show you all what it looks like on when I do floss tube. But yeah, I'm much happier with it, and I just feel, I don't know, I just felt better with the way that it, you know, came out on the 20 count. So we'll see what happens. So yeah, that was one of the things I just felt like I needed to do. So, and I can't even remember if that was the only reason, was just 'cause I didn't like the way it looked on the 18 count. And I think maybe because I had to, I think maybe because I miscount. I don't remember, but but besides the fact I didn't like the way it looked on the 18 count, it could have been just me. I don't know. I get like that where it doesn't look right to me or something, and I just restarted it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, and we'll go from there. I don't know. And of course my rotation for this week has just gone completely out of the window. I think because of last week where I just rotated everything under the sun in like 3 days, I just was just like, yeah, my rotation is just gone completely, just gone. So I don't know. I'm gonna kind of sit down this week and just redo it, because I think I was just trying to, I don't know, who knows? I have no idea. It's just like, I don't know. So I think, you know, because I think part of it, I know that this is part of it. Part of it is I was watching Floss Tube, and I was watching everybody do, you know, there's a couple that I was watching that one person did like 9 whips in a week, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's just no way. And I think that I was just like, if somebody else can do it, I should try. And yeah, I think I kind of was over my head a little bit. But, I mean, I did it, but I don't think I want to do that again. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. I'll see. I just don't want to be trying to do that again because, yeah, that wouldn't be fun. It would not be fun at all. At all. No fun. So, all right, where am I? I want to make sure. Okay. Yeah. So this what I'm filling in now, I have the color there. It's $9.91, and then there's another color, and the other color I don't have. So $9.91, and seems to and of course there's three colors. I have $9.91, but the other color I need I don't have, and then the one that I just did that went up here I have. So it's there's supposed to be like two different colors in this section, and I don't have the other color. So I'm just gonna do it this way. And I mean, it's not really like showing any kind of a big major difference, so we'll see what happens. Doesn't look so bad, so I'm gonna go with it and go from there. And if it does, then yeah, who's to say it won't? I mean, you have to make it your own piece. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But anyway, I did watch FlossTube all week. I have been playing catch up. My goodness, I've been playing catch up. I found a couple of new channels, and which I will share on FlossTube. And I was kind of shocked that I didn't know about these channels that stitch full coverage. I was like, holy crap, I didn't even know these people existed. So yeah, I found a couple of new channels that like Stitching Noni. I'd never heard of her, and I really liked her. And yeah, she's really, I like listening to her and seeing all her different pieces. And no, I don't do all the stats like everybody else does, because to me that's just too confusing. And I mean, I do some, I just remember to tell y'all about what it was before I started, and the percent it was before I started, and the percent it was after, and that's all I can remember. So it is what it is, and it's alright. But yeah, her, and I can't remember the other one. There was a couple others that I found, and I was just really like, oh wow. So yeah, I was just like, wow, some of these guys I'd never even heard of. But yeah, she's one of the ones that I really liked too. So there's a couple others, and then I found a couple others, and I will probably watch. I have to watch them. They're on my list, but I was very impressed. And so yeah, I found her. And then what else? This is just a lot of things that I had to catch up on. It was just like, hello, I didn't realize all these people existed. And I've been watching the Max Color Stitcher a lot because her love of cats she's got she's got a couple of cross stitch whips that she's doing that are cats. I think no, it's one. I do believe one or two. I can't remember. Anyway, and one of them she got, it's a black cat and looks just like my daughter's cat, Freya. And I let her know. I said, yeah, I'm obsessed with cats too. Oh wow. So yeah, she it's a cute whip, or a cute chart. And yeah, I thought it was just kind of cute. So yeah, she I've been watching her a lot. I mean, I'm subscribed to her, and I never watched her until recently. So I'm really enjoying it. And she's got some pretty ones that she's working on. So yeah, I've been going down the rabbit hole with the floss tube, like I needed to. But that's okay too. I was found somebody new and found a couple people that I didn't know, and I need to go through my channels, because some of them I don't watch like I used to, and I need to go through all those because yeah. So let's see, kitty cat stories. Let's see. Don't have a whole lot of kitty cat stories. Freya and Athena are doing pretty good. They're usually Athena is out here. Usually Athena comes and sits out here and either sits up on the couch up here by my head, or she is usually back on my bed. So I think that's where she is. And Miranda's cat, Freya, she don't like me very much. She's I think it's the wildness from her, where she was born, because we found her outside. So I think it's partly because, she's, I don't know. And so she doesn't come up and snuggle with me like Athena does. She does it with Miranda more than she does me. And she only it's very, very rare that she'll come and lay up on me. Athena's the one that does. And so yeah, she's usually Athena's usually either right up here stuck up my butt, or she's over close to me where she knows I'll be. But most of the time, if she's not laying up here on the couch, she's back on my bed. So they're probably both back there. And earlier I couldn't find Freya because she went hiding under, we couldn't find her. And my daughter had gone to run some errands with her, well, it's her boyfriend, but he might as well be my son-in-law because he's, they've been together for like almost 7 years. And so she, after she and her boyfriend went to go run errands, I was like, where the heck is Freya? Couldn't find her. Went into my daughter's room to look for her and didn't see her. And I went and asked the little dude, I said, like, is Freya in here? No. So we searched, and finally we found her. She was under my bed, and that's where she was earlier. So I don't know if she's still there. We haven't really I haven't gone back to her to check. I've just been kind of up here trying to, I had a bad headache earlier, so I was just trying to get rid of it. And yeah, we've been and just chilling. So I haven't checked her, see if she's still back there. I mean, now, every morning after she gets up, she comes out here and she starts, driving Athena crazy, and then they both end up on my bed. So, don't know if that's usually what happens. So, we shall see. Don't know where they are. Have no clue. They, more than likely, that's where they are. I don't know. Oh boy. So, yeah. So it's been a pretty decent week, just quiet, and me just trying to uh not go completely totally crazy with all the, yeah, but, and work has just been totally um it's work. It is work. It's nothing. I mean, not a whole lot has been going on at work. There's not a whole lot that I mean, nothing exciting. But they just just work. It's just work. Believe me. Yeah. So anyway, so let me see. And I'm going to cut it short, guys, because there's not a whole lot to tell you all this week. And I am going to stop here. And then I will tell you, I have kind of figured out my schedule for my videos, and I'm just going to keep my fingers crossed. But as it stands now, Tuesdays will be Stitch with Me or Stitch and Chat, whichever. And I don't know if I'm going to do the Stitch with Me, no talking videos. I haven't decided. It's kind of, I did it last week, and I don't know if I'm going to continue it, just because it's just, I don't know. It's, I haven't got that far. But, and FlossTube will be on Thursdays. And, I'm going to start doing them. I mean, I'm going to do them every week. And unless, at first, and see, and if, I don't have, it just, if I'm not thrilled with every week, then I'll switch to every 2 weeks. It's just, yeah. Now the Stitch and Chats, I may do more than one every week. I don't know yet. It just really all depends on how much I want to put on my plate. So we'll see. So right now, that is the schedule. And I am going to stop. And I hope everybody has a good week. And I will see you all next week. And yeah, so have a good week, guys. And I'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody.